Thank you very much, Madam President, and happy Monday, members of the California State Senate. All of us, in our capacity as members of the legislature, as members of budget committees, know the unique and important role and value of the Legislative Analyst Office, also known as the LAO. You might not know some facts I'm about to share with you. Mac Taylor has served as our LAO, our Ledge Analyst, since October of 2008. And recently, in fact, he gave me a call, I think it was during break, to tell me that he had an aha moment and realized that he had served for a good number of years and that he was going to retire at the end of this calendar year. Prior to his appointment at the Ledge Analyst, Mac began his career at the LAO in 1978 and was appointed a Deputy Legislative Analyst in 1990. So to do the math for you, colleagues, that's 40 years of uninterrupted public service, specifically with our Ledge Analyst Office. This kind of dedication and longevity of public service, quite frankly, is rare in today's world. And I think we all should applaud Mac for his commitment to us as a legislative body, to the residents of the state of California, based on his commitment through his distinguished career. The LAO has been providing fiscal and policy advice to the legislature for 77 years. The office is highly regarded for its expertise and its nonpartisan analyses of fiscal issues impacting California. In Mac's role as the leader of LAO, he's overseen a team of approximately 43 analysts and 13 support staff. Their expertise covers all the critical components of the state's budget. They also play an essential role in forecasting state revenues and expenditures and in estimating the fiscal effects of proposed initiatives. Mac is known within the LAO for his analytical rigor and his high standards, as well as his accessibility and his dedication to the office's mission. Personally, Mac is unassuming and kind. He lives in Carmichael with his wife, Sherry. He has 3 adult children and 2 grandchildren. I am assuming that he'll be able to see much more of them, particularly come January when the rest of the folks in the LAO's office will be buzzing. Mac and I have one thing in common. We're both Highlanders. He, too, is an alum of the University of California, Riverside. And it gives me great honor as chair of the Joint Budget Committee that I represent you all on, to acknowledge a true public servant in the purest definition of that term, someone who has committed himself to a bipartisan, bicameral approach to solid fiscal analysis and solid policy making for every California resident. Please rise and acknowledge the retirement of Mac Taylor.
And before we do the requisite photos, I believe the minority leader would like to say a few words on this. Senator Bates.
Thank you, Madam President. On behalf of the Republican Senate caucus, I rise to commend Mac Taylor on his long record of service to California. He has faithfully served the legislature since 1978 in various capacities in the Legislative Analyst's Office. We appreciate his diligence and hard work to carry out the duties of his office in a nonpartisan manner. As only the 5th person to serve as analyst in the office's 77-year history, Mac will leave his successor with a strong foundation to continue to build on. We will miss him in the legislature and wish him the best as he enjoys retirement. Congratulations, Mac.
Colleagues, again, a warm round of applause for the extraordinary service and dedication to the people of California and to this body. Thank you, Mac Taylor, for your service. Senator Pro Tem, Senator Atkins.
Thank you, Madam President. I don't have prepared remarks, but I wanted to make just a comment or two and add my appreciation. When I was at the City of San Diego on the City Council, and the citizens had just decided to move to a strong mayor-council form of government, from a city manager form of government, we, at that point, decided we would hire and create a position. My colleague from San Diego Imperial will remember a budget analyst. And so we took this very seriously, and of course, we looked at the model for the country in terms of how to shape that position in the city of San Diego. The person that we ultimately hired is still there, because I think after more than a decade, because we really looked at the guidelines, the criteria, the model of the LAO for the state of California. Go forward a number of years, when I was elected to the Assembly and then ultimately became the Speaker, I have to say it was an incredible honor to be able to work with Mac Taylor and his staff. And we are very fortunate, not just because of Mac, but I think he would point to his entire office. And just the tone and the tenor and the approach that they take in terms of good governance and good data and objectivity. It's very hard to find objectivity in this world, we know that. But I think they do it better than almost anyone that I have ever seen. And I want to add my appreciation on behalf of the city of San Diego, because we use that model and we looked at the example, and certainly on behalf of all of us here in the legislature, to add just my personal thanks. And I appreciate, Madam President, you're allowing me to make a few comments along with the Republican leader and our incredible budget chair. So 1/3 warm thank you to him, as he is here today to celebrate his retirement and certainly to acknowledge all that he's done to make us work better.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. Again, our deepest appreciation and thank you for your service.
And Madam President, if I may, as members gather to take a picture with the resolution, I just want to acknowledge, as I know Mac would, he has only been as successful as his team that he leads in the LAO. And many of his deputies and administrative staff are all here and in the gallery. So if LAO staff would please stand so we can acknowledge your hard work as well.
Our deepest thanks and gratitude to the staff for your great work.